Hello, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the YouTube channel, people. This is your Fancam from the West Ham United nil, Crystal Palace 2 match reaction. Yeah, long day, long day. But listen, obviously, if you want to hear an extended, more elongated sort of review of the match, come and join me at 10 p.m. I'm live at 10 p.m. to talk about the match still. But this is just for the people that can't, catch the streams. Yeah, I thought it'd be a draw today. Not gonna lie. I thought we at least try and carry on the good parts of the Fulham game into this game. Uh, and I thought because both teams would match up in similar formations that they'll be quite congested and stuff. Um, Very disappointing overall. Just in general, 90 minutes. I couldn't really tell you any like good patches in terms of minutes. I can tell you good patches in terms of cool. There was a couple good moves here and there, and I can see again. I can see what we're trying to do. I'll repeat that many times because I couldn't with the previous manager. But um, I need to see more than just the outline from these players, not from the manager because the manager's just got here. He's been here 8 days. But I need to see more from these players. I need to see more from these players. The reason why is because you've got a coach now. You guys don't have an excuse. I excused you, some of you for two previous managers, some of you with just a previous manager. Barring forget the new signings for just a second. Well, some of them, like Kilman, should do better for the goal, in my opinion, instead of just standing off. Mavropanos against Mateta was a battle that I was not looking forward to. Every time I'm not looking forward to a battle, it usually comes to fruition. It was like Alvarez and Mavropanos against Villa, and it was the same exact time. And Mavropanos' start to his West Ham United career under Graham Potter has been fucking awful. He's genuinely 0 for 3 when it comes to good performances. Um, Awful again. Awful again. Alvarez got back to type. He had a great performance against Fulham, but yeah, he just ain't good enough, man. He ain't been able to carry that on, and he was part of a bigger problem today, where we had a lack of progression on the ball with our midfielders. Apart from like Soler and Orford when he came on, Alvarez, Suchek was either too deep or too high up the pitch. Rodriguez wasn't good enough either. Really, I don't think he did much wrong in terms of mistakes, but he's just not the midfielders. These are not the midfielders we need for this system. As much as Suchek had a really good performance against Fulham, I'm not going to go be too harsh on Suchek because he's been good enough recently. But I've said it before. He's going to need to be upgraded on eventually. He's not going to fit this system. Neither is Alvarez and neither is Rodriguez. None of these players are good enough. In the midfield. Like we've known this for time. And we need players. We desperately need players. Like I said before, despite the fact that Potter could probably get the best out of what he has, he still needs players, and we need to, continue on that. I don't care about Muniz and Wanyani links because ex-West Ham employee has already rebuffed that. That ain't happening. So if it is that silver guy from Leipzig, then sure, make it that silver guy from Leipzig. But we need more than just a striker, even though striker is the priority. We need a winger if you're not going to play Guilherme, because I'm not going to go at Potter too much, but I didn't get why Soler was dropped today and why Cresswell came in for Soler. I don't think Cresswell done bad, to be fair to him, but I just don't think he needed to be there. I don't think we actually needed 5 defenders, and then Suchek was as one of the 10s. Don't get me wrong, with this type of football, it's still better than, under the previous managers where if you play these players in those positions, it's just going to look like a pile of shit because you're purely just sitting back and then you got no retention with the ball because you're not coached to. However, with this football, you're still coached to, retain the ball a lot. And that still gives us a slight advantage. But people like Paquetá and Kudus today, like Paquetá, yeah, it might be time to leave, man. It might be time to leave. Not gonna lie, I like, despite him having a good performance against Fulham as well. Like, bro, this ain't good enough, man. This ain't good enough. This ain't good enough. You're playing in central areas. Like, it's not even because of the whole left wing thing, because he's not a left winger either. He's not a good left winger. However, you are better than this. I've seen you perform better than this multiple times for West Ham. I've seen you put in a lot of good performances for West Ham. However, I'm not seeing it as a recent forcing the ball in behind a lot. We're forcing the runs in behind a lot, just in general as well. These players need to learn, especially the guys that were playing under Moyes as well, that we don't need to keep forcing the ball in behind all the time because we're playing under a different coach. You're allowed to come short for the ball now. We need to give Potter the like in terms of not the keys necessarily of him identifying players. Obviously, we used to have a sporting director that did that. Now it's the owner again. Give him players. Give him players. We need players. Obviously, we're not going to solve everything in January, but we need players. We need attackers. And if you're not going to give Guilherme minutes, you've got to sign 2 attackers, in my opinion. You've got to sign a winger as well. I have a feeling we're probably not going to sign anyone this transfer window because all I'm hearing is expressed an interest in, keen on signing, all that foreplay stuff, but no penetration. I ain't trying to see all of this nonsense where it comes to West Ham, where it's just like you're interested in bare strikers, but are you going to sign any of them? No, you're probably not. Just like most Januaries that we have. To be honest, I'm not really too angry. I think Palace nullified us well. The way they played off the ball. I think the way we played off the ball was a little bit shit, just because we didn't go completely man to man with them. Well, half man marking, half zonal marking, and zone marking in terms of the way we're pressing and shit. And Souček wasn't instructed to press. I think it was Chris Richards playing right centre back, so that just allowed us to lose every duel through the middle because it was so easy for them to get one pass off. Emerson today was losing every battle against Muniz. Is it Muniz or Munoz? I can't remember. But he's a good right back. He was losing every duel. And he just allowed him to cut in all the time, just to switch play. Wan-Bissaka did well up until the last 20 minutes. I don't know what the fuck he was doing last 20 minutes. Like someone turned his controller off because he just became lazy and stopped passing the ball. Kudus has been fucking awful every second half. He's been good every first half, and then he just dips every second half. Like, I get it, you're getting doubled up on, tripled up on at times, but you need to drive with the ball. What happened to you driving with the ball? What happened to you dribbling? This squad needs a refresh again. But this time under a coach that can actually coach. At least I can have a bit of hope if you refresh the squad properly. Will we do that? I doubt it, but I don't really care at this point. And Soler needs to start. But the lack of progression in midfield is alarming. Now, let's get on to Fabianski. Now, I know a lot of people, I'm going to get a lot of jokes because a lot of you, for some reason, actually agree with the fact that I look like Fabianski. I don't look like Fabianski. But I've been saying for quite a long time, that Fabianski doesn't get criticised at this club. Why doesn't he? Why don't you criticise Fabianski? He's been a great goalkeeper over the years, but he has deficiencies. Like his distribution. And for some reason, he's not commanding his box as well anymore. He's actually playing like Areola, funny enough, punching the ball and not communicating with his defenders. I don't know whether it's a defender-goalkeeper relationship sort of thing, but he's played with these players before. So I don't really understand. But for that penalty, I don't actually think he needed to come out because there was a defender there. I know you got to be a sweeper keeper and stuff, but like he did that challenge the first time and he got the ball. I don't think it was on. I think he needed just to make himself big. And even for the penalty, like I haven't watched it back, but it looked like he could have saved that. But I get it, it's a penalty, cool, whatever. But a lot of people were criticizing Areola for making mistakes at the back and stuff like that, and a couple of his saves. Well, Fabianski's been much worse in that sense because let's not act like Areola hasn't saved us when in a couple of games he stepped in this season, and the games of last season. Whereas Fabianski has also saved us, yes, but he's also made mistakes like the Liverpool game where nobody criticised him, but everyone criticises Areola. If Areola did what Fabianski did today, there'd be pitchforks out. So let's keep the same energy. Anyway, for the extended match reaction, join me at 10 p.m, people. Make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to your new social medias or in the description if you want to follow me in the email for the inquiries. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.